Hello everyone and welcome back to the next update in the Gallic Wars project, and today we're looking at the Romans. So if you saw the last update, you'll have seen that I basically finished all of the Gauls that came in the starter set plus a few extras, and that's now where I am with the Romans. So once again, the guys over at Warlord Games were kind enough to send me over the Caesar's Gallic Wars starter set for Hail Caesar, and I've been working my way through painting up all of the units, adding in some metals here and there to really get the most out of this box. Now I decided that I wanted my final unit to be a unit of veterans, and I wanted none other than Titus Pullo, who you can see here, and Lucius Vorenus to lead them. Now you can get these figures in metal from Warlord Games. I picked these up sort of at the end of last year, and I hadn't decided how I wanted to use them, but in the end I've decided I want them to lead this unit of veterans so they're easily distinguished on the battlefield. So as you can see, I've used the metals which come with some spare heads, so I've mixed those onto the plastics much as you've seen before with the other unit, so I won't spend ages going through it. Now this is everything that I'm going to put in the unit, and I want there to be a couple of casualties on there because this unit is going to be in the thick of the fighting. Again, these are mixed between Pullo and Gladius wielding Legionaries. Now, the main thing that I want to get done is I want to have a command base, and who else can I have leading it but the man himself? So this is the Warlord Games Julius Caesar model. I picked him up along with Mark Antony and some other commanders as well, but I really want to have him on the base with some Legionaries so I can have a nice sort of dynamic looking command base. So I decided that I would convert another Centurion. So what I've done here, I've used the arm from an Auxilia model. I drilled out the hand, used some brass rod, sliced a bit of the pilum off, and as you can see, I was able to sort of repose him. So he's sort of, given a, let's go get them, let's go this way kind of a pose. This way, all of the Centurions in all of my units are now different. So I figured that would be something quite nice on the command base. So Caesar is there doing whatever he's doing, basically giving orders. This Centurion, perhaps it's the Primus Pilus, it's the main Centurion, maybe he's now basically executing Caesar's orders and the other legionary is going to jump to them. Anyway, I won't spend too long going on about the models. I'd rather just get them all painted up, and then I'll get them all based and I'll come back to you. Okay, so it's been about a week since I stuck them all together, and this is where we are now. So this is my Julius Caesar command base for my Romans, and I'm really pleased with how it came out. The model itself, Caesar, I was a little bit unsure about the model to begin with. I thought maybe a couple of the details were a little bit flat, but I spent a little bit longer on it than I have on other models, and I'm really pleased with the overall effect, and this base achieves what I was going for. You've got the Centurion next to him who's basically ordering the other guy and some other units nearby to move and attack, and I'm quite pleased with how the converted pilum came out. So having a look at a few of the details here, you can see the Centurion I converted using the arm from the Auxilia, and I think it works. Caesar himself, the model seems to be a little bit slimmer than the plastic, so I just sort of heightened the ground level where the horse is and just sort of pushed him back a bit, so if there was any kind of size issue, the perspective would sort that out. I just picked colours that I thought would be fun, so I went with red for the tunic and then rich purples for his cloak, and then using golds and leathers to sort of offset everything else. And that's pretty much what you'll see through the whole Roman force. These two chaps here are actually the models that are going to be in the Roman painting video, which will be along next. I thought they would be fun to do, and I kept the shield designs in line with the majority of the troops from what I've painted so far. However, the shields on the veteran unit, as which I've just done, which you'll see, I've used something a little bit different. Overall, I'm really pleased with this command base. I mean, it doesn't have to be Caesar in any game, but, I think that, he's prominent enough on there that everyone will be able to tell who it is. Now here is my last unit of Legionaries from the Gallic Wars starter set. So as you can see, Lucius Vorenus and Titus Pullo taking pride of place in the middle there. Veterans, I like the idea that they're maybe stuck into the fighting, so they're taking more casualties. So I added that crawling casualty to the front of the center base and a casualty onto one of the wings. And if you've been following the project, you'll be used to how I show a formed unit by sort of curving the ends round to show the discipline. And here they are. Here is Titus Pullo breaking formation as he does in the HBO series Rome, and Lucius Vorenus basically telling him to get back in formation, Pullo, you idiot. Yeah, it was just a lot of fun to work on. It did take me a little while to work things out here with the placement, but I think overall it works. These are the only two Legionaries I've got with cloaks, so I just did them a nice rich red, and then I weathered the bottom of the cloaks with the weathering pigment the same way that I do the shields, just to thought that would tie things together quite nicely. Now, the shield transfers are from Little Big Men Studios, sold through Warlord Games. I picked those up because I thought these white ones would just make a nice difference and easily on the tabletop be able to distinguish who is a veteran unit. There is some disagreement about shield designs. Did they have consistent shield designs, or were they different? Did they buy their own? Did each individual cohort or legion that was raised have their own, and who paid for them? I've decided, just to show that these are a veteran unit, to have some different coloured shields. Now, the basing on this is similar to what I've done before. As you can see, I added the skewered legionary on here and then added another brass rod in the background to show that the ghoul skirmishers have been lobbing spears at them. All of these are just built up with tufts from Little Big Men Studios, static grass that I've got in a big mix, and then adding in bits of flowers and detritus just all over the base. And I'm really, really pleased with how this has come out. I think it's captured what I was aiming for, which is essentially that look of a unit of veterans who are getting stuck in. Now, because I used the metals in here, I have that sort of freed up a few plastics which I've put on one side, and I have plans for those for later command bases and other vignettes. But really, I think that that's the starter set done and ready to basically start having some small games. Now, this is everything I've done for the Romans so far. So as you can see, we have 1, 2, 3 cohorts of legionaries. We have the Scorpio light artillery, and we have Caesar down the front. So this is a nice size division for a game of Hail Caesar. You'll be able to let me play a small game against those ghouls that I've already collected. If I was going to expand this, which I am going to, I'm probably going to get at least another 3 of the basic legionaries, and then I'll be looking at some Gallic allies. However, I do have a unit of Roman cavalry to put together as well. Anyway, that's a very, very sort of quick update on the Gallic Wars. I didn't want to sort of spend too long going through everything. I just wanted to show you Caesar and that veteran unit, and really I want to get on with having some games. The next video will be the How I Paint the Romans video, because it's been requested a lot by you guys, I basically filmed it as I was putting together Caesar's base, so I can get on and edit that. And basically, I just want to get on and have a battle with these forces. Now, it will be quite a small battle, and I'm not too sure what I'm going to do for a scenario yet. I'll have a little play around, and I think I might just do sort of a basic, this is how to play Hail Caesar with Caesar. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think of the models, and, you know, thanks as always for the comments and all the encouragement. I really, really appreciate it. Channel members as well, for your input, thank you so much. Stick around for some pictures at the end, and I will see you guys all again in the next one. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.